how to build a successful salon. What does that look like? What is our niche? What is it that we're going to specialize in? You go and market to people that can't afford your services. Pull on me. It got to a point where I just couldn't do all these people. It's just too many clients.
The beauty industry moves fast, but building a millionaire salon requires more than momentum. With over 30 years of hands-on experience, we help salon owners implement proven systems that increase profitability, strengthen leadership, and drive sustainable growth.
This is where salon owners evolve. Millionaire Salon Consultant.
Hey guys, my name is Sandy. I'm from the Millionaire Salon Consultant. This is our first video on our YouTube channel. We started our company. I was in the hair salon industry since 1991. Many years. I know I'm aging myself. And I owned 5 salons over the years. I owned 4 in New York and 1 in Orlando, Florida, which is where I'm living right now. Yay! I get to move from the cold. But in any event, all of my salon I've sold. So every salon I ever had, I've always sold them. So none of them went out of business or anything like that. And we decided to form a salon consulting company to educate our fellow salon owners as to how to operate a successful salon. Today's video topic is going to be how to build a successful salon. I feel like there's such a missing ingredient in that space, right? There's coaches for all these different things, and I've never met a salon coach, or very few salon coaches, or very few companies that are educating salon owners or cosmetologists as to how to operate a successful salon. What does that look like? How do I, from being a stylist, take my stylist skills to opening a successful salon that does not depend solely on me? Because that's where the issue is, right? You open the salon and then all of the responsibility lies on the owner, and we don't want that because we're going to burn ourselves out if we do that. So I hope you enjoy our video series. This is the first of it. Welcome. Thank you for listening. Let's get into it. So how to build a successful salon. The first thing is we have to find our niche, right? What is our niche? What is it that we're going to specialize in? Your niche is going to be your most expensive service in your salon. So when we had our salon, our niche was hair loss, hair replacement, hair extension. That was the niche. Your niche could be a hair colorist. Maybe you want to be a hair coloring or hair cutting, or you want to have a 24-hour salon, which we did do, but that's for a different topic. You want to do all skulls. When I first got started in the industry, I used to do this thing called Salon on Wheels. That's what I named it. Salon on Wheels. Just came out of beauty school, started to take some advanced courses, and I decided to do Salon on Wheels. So that was my niche for a while until it became something else. So you got to figure out what your niche is. What is it that you want to specialize in? Whatever your niche is, you're going to have to be an expert at that niche. You are going to have to be the go-to person for the niche. That's the whole idea. So when somebody think, if my niche is hair coloring and I'm thinking to get a hair color, your salon should pop in my head immediately if I'm in your location. Right? So we got to get the niche. You got to figure out what your niche is. Just don't open a salon and be the master of everything, because that's when you're going to burn yourself out. So you got to figure out, what do you want your niche to be? First thing is niche. The second thing is the avatar. So what's the avatar? The avatar is going to be your ideal client. Who is your ideal client that's going to spend money to want to get a service done for the niche you created? So for an example, in our salon, we specialize in people with thinning hair, bald spots, problem with volume, retarded hair growth, that kind of stuff. So we wanted to find out, okay, who is the ideal client for this? So we want to reach our ideal client, because remember, when it comes to hairstyling, no matter what you specialize in, everything is going to come into play. What do I mean by that? If I'm specializing in hair loss or hair treatment for hair loss, then I'm going to have to also be able to wash the person's hair, cut the person's hair, color the person's hair. All this is going to fall under my niche. But I don't want to go out and say I specialize in all that stuff. Hair club and blower dry and all this stuff. It comes under the niche. So your niche is what you're going to market, not all the other services. It makes it way easier to concentrate on one thing, which is a niche. From the niche, my avatar. Who is my avatar? Who is my ideal client? Who is going to want to get this service? Because I need to reach those people. Those are the people I'm going to target to reach. I don't need to reach the entire public. I just want to reach my avatar. So if it's hair coloring, who are the people that's going to want their hair colored? Who are the people that will pay top dollars to get their hair colored at the price I want to charge, right? Whatever your niche is, you must be master of it, and then you need to go reach the people. So you need to create your avatar. Who is the ideal person? What is their profession? How much money, what's their income? How much money do they need to make per year in order for them to afford the service you're providing? Because it doesn't make sense you go and market to people that can't afford your services. So that's going to be super duper important. So we need to create our avatar. Who is our ideal client? Once we create our avatar and find out who our ideal clients are, the next question is, how are we going to reach them? That's going to come under marketing and branding. So we're going to create our color scheme that we want for our salon. We're going to create our logos, all that stuff. And we're going to be branding. Now we need to brand online and offline. Let's talk a little bit about branding online. So once we create our marketing and our branding, like this is our name. And the thing is about name, you got to be careful in what you name your salon, right? And here's why. Let's say I name my salon like I did years ago, and that's why I learned from it. My salon was called Sandy's Hair Design when I first started. Sandy's Hair Design. Now everybody was coming and they wanted Sandy because the salon was called Sandy's Hair Design. Even though we have a salon and there's there was a lot of stylists in there, who is Sandy? I want Sandy to do my hair. Not because they know me, but because that's how the salon is named. And what ended up happening was there were too many people on me. It got to a point where I just couldn't do all these people. It's just too many clients. So we renamed the salon for many different reasons, but that was one of the main core of them. We renamed the salon to a name that was just for the salon. So when we renamed our salon, it was called Salon Is. Salon Is Hair Salon, right? That way, there's no name associated with it. So one of the things I would encourage you to do is don't name the salon off of your name. Try to find a unique name. So a unique name. So excited again, I can't talk. Oh my God. All right. I'm very passionate when it comes to hair. So let me stop. Calm down, girl. Calm down. All right. You want to do a name that's not on you, or that's not your name. That way, as the salon continues to grow, you know, like maybe you might start off renting a booth, or maybe you might rent a suite, and then from there you move to want to open a small salon, and from there you open a bigger salon, and you keep escalating that way if that's what you want to do. But you don't want your name on it. Why? Because also when it comes to selling, imagine you're going to buy somebody's salon, and the name of the salon is Sheila's Hair Design or Sandy's Hair Design, whatever it is, right? If you buy that salon and your name is not Sheila or Sandy, you're going to feel funny carrying that name. And the minute you change the name, when you buy a salon from someone, the minute you change that name, the minute the salon is going to go down. It really is, because you're buying the name, the package, and everything. So when you're creating your successful salon, you're creating a salon to sell. You always want to create a business to sell. So you got to ask yourself, why do I want a successful salon? What does that look like for me? How many years I think I'm going to be doing this? Because when you're young, as I was at one time, you're going to tell yourself, oh, I am going to be doing this for forever. I love doing hair. I'll never stop doing that. But that's not true. Our body's going to tell us different, right? You need to figure out, I'm going to build this salon. How many years am I going to be in the salon for? How am I going to exit? At the end, when it comes to me retiring, or maybe I want to do something else, a different profession, what that exit strategy is going to look like. You must plan this as you create your successful salon. And one of the way of planning that is to build the salon so that one day you can sell it. I hate to tell you this, more than likely if you have kids, which I do, they probably are not going to want to be in the salon business. My daughter told me from a very young age, Mom, I'm not doing this, right? And even though now she does it for free to her friends, that's a different story. I'm not even going to go down there. But more than likely, the kids may not want to have it. So whenever you build a salon, you build a salon to sell it, which means the salon has to be built on systems. You must have systems in place. So in our company, Salon Millionaire Consultants, I don't know the name of my company, that's so funny. Millionaire Salon Consultants, in our company, what we do is we train salon professional. We do different courses. We have monthly training, weekly training. We also go on site to different salons to teach stylists how to build systems in their salon, or how to open a salon with systems, so that way you have an exit strategy and you could sell it one day. Because it doesn't make sense for you to have a successful salon and then at the end of the day you close the salon and then that's it. No, you want to sell your salon. You want to build a salon to sell it. So that's it. Super important. So once it comes to branding, so when it comes to branding and marketing, we need to, and we're online, we need to have our same exact logo, color, branding strategy right through all the social media platforms. So we need to have it on our websites, we need to have it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those, whatever platforms you're going to advertise on, it got to be the same. And now when you start to market to your salon, or you try to start to market to find your ideal avatar, you also want to educate them. So you don't just want to have a salon and just, put out different things before and after. This is the before, this is the after, or look at the hairstyle I just did, which is good. That is good. We need that. But we always want to educate our avatar. So once we find out what our avatar is, then one of the best way to educate them is on social media, like I'm doing right now. So like I'm doing a YouTube video right now. You could have your own YouTube channel, which we did when we had our salon, and we educate our clients. And you'd be surprised how many people called us, how many clients we got from our educational videos, just educating them on their hair care, whatever our niche was, we were educating them on that particular niche. So we're talking about how to prevent hair loss, how to prevent your hair from thinning out, what to do to have healthy hair, what kind of hair care treatment regime you should be on, because my core was hair care, right? That was my core niche. And from hair care, we realized that people lose their hair because it thins out, they got bald spots, they're not taking care of their hair, it gets dry, they have all these split ends, all this crazy stuff. So that's what we educated on. And from our education, people just naturally come in because we weren't trying to sell to them, we were trying to educate them, like we're trying to educate you right now. So that's the best thing to do. So once you do your niche, your avatar, your location, your branding, now you got to figure out what is your location, what's the ideal location, and how does that intermix with your avatar and with your branding? How do we combine all three together? So remember, if you're going after a certain clientele, you need to be in the location the clientele is in. Now, there are people that will travel to get to a professional hair salon, which I know they will do. But at the same time, you want to make your life a little bit easier. So you want to make sure your location is where your niche is. You're going to be able to support your niche, and that is going to work for you. For online marketing, you want to make sure you're educating people. Then you got to figure out what is going to be the hours of this salon, right? Because you can't, if your ideal guest works 9 to 5 as an example, and your salon is open 9 to 5, when are they going to come to you? On Saturdays when everybody else is in the salon? And maybe your ideal client is a busy professional person that don't want to come and sit for hours in a salon. So you got to work around what your operation hours will be. And also, are you going to go by appointment only? Are you going to accept walk-ins? All that stuff is going to come into play. So to operate a successful salon, we're going to go through all the steps I just went through. We're going to build a salon to sell, and we're going to create systems. How do we create these systems? Well, first of all, you don't want one stylist to be responsible from the time they start on the client to the time they end on the client. And what do I mean by that? Let's say somebody came in for a hair color, and we have one hair colorist, and that hair colorist is going to do the coloring, wash the hair, cut the hair, do the styling, all that stuff. What's going to happen is you're creating a client to be completely dependent on that particular stylist. And when that particular stylist leave your salon, guess who's leaving with them? You guess right, your clients. So you want to create systems so that every stylist has a role to play in the salon, and everyone that works in your salon, no one person is totally doing one complete service for one client. Because once you start to do that, all you're doing is letting the stylist build a clientele to take with them when they leave the salon. Now, of course, this happens in the industry all the time, but you want to try to slow it down. You want to prevent it. So one of the ways of preventing that is to create system, which is what we're great at. We help you create different systems in the salon, so that way no one customer is going to be going to just one particular stylist. So you're going to need your shampoo people, you're going to need your hair colorist people, you're going to need the people who do hair cutting, you're going to need your ear extension people. You want to make sure, and your ear extension installers doesn't necessarily have to be the same person that cut and style the extension. You want to systemize the salon, so that way no one person feel like, well, if I leave, the salon is going to go down. You don't want that to happen. 2 books I'm going to recommend to you as I end this video. The 2 books that you need to read if you have any interest in running a successful salon. The 2 books that you must read. The first book is going to be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. favorite book. It was recommended to me by Mr. Dudley back in the days when we had Dudley Hair Products. I'm aging myself again. But I love Mr. Dudley. He since has passed on, but he was such a phenomenal mentor to us back in the day, right? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And the second book is going to be E-Myth by Michael Gerber. E-Myth is a book that's going to teach you how to create systems in your business so no one person is, so that the business is not dependent on any one person, including the owner, right? I hope you got some education from here. Please like and share our video. We're just getting started with our YouTube channel. I don't want to make the video too lengthy. I hope you got some kind of nuggets or something from here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you're interested in building a successful salon, like that is what you really want to do, or a successful salon industry business of any kind, give us a call. Phone number should be somewhere up here on the screen, or send us a text and let us know, hey, I would like to start my journey into having a successful salon, or I would like my salon to become more successful than what it is right now. We look forward to hearing from you guys. See you on the next one.